さて、ここが何なのかを調べていきますよ。Used by our Unity XR project, refer to project set up for more information. Provides cross-platform AR features such as flame detection, medicine, and object tracking required for all developing AR applications with the Unity XR packages. Control-based interaction and manipulation, UI interaction, and movement for sphere and RNA. Interface for accessing hard tracking data. You must also use the provided line for the brand that supports hand tracking and provides a way to submit textures to the device compositor on supported OpenXR devices. You can use composition layers to render elements like text, video, and UIs with improved clarity and sharpness. Free Spatial Vision OS package are set of packages that provides support for VR and AR apps under Apple Vision Pro, requires a Unity Pro Enterprise and Industry subscription, provides components and tools for adapting AR content to the user's surroundings. For example, it supplies a standard way of querying the environment to find suitable locations for adding your digital content to the scene. Requires a license that includes Unity Mars. Refer to Unity Mars for information about license requirements. Contains software utilities used by other XR plugins and packages, typically installed in your project as a dependency of other XR packages. これは、俺が呼ぶものではないってことね。これ If you use the AR Foundation package in a project, the version number of AR Foundation AR coordinator so much. This is if you are using version 6 of the AR Foundation package, you must also use version 6. Unity supports development for MetaQuest 2, 3, 3S, and Quest Pro. Default develop for MetaQuest workflow to get started with development for Quest devices. Default to develop for MetaQuest workflows. Default to develop for MetaQuest workflow to get started with development for Quest devices. Started with development for Quest devices. Unity supports development for MetaQuest 3 Quest Sports はどうでもよくて、OpenXR と OpenXR メタ。These are a variety of classes and extension methods which are commonly used and shared between multiple Excel packages. Some collection pool, object pool. It's approximately call functions, graph, access aligned check. XR Always-in configuration is made up of our set of game objects and components that work together to transform data from their XR tracking subsystems into world space. For example, the tracked force driver component on the main camera game object moves the camera relative to the XR Always-in using the tracking data for a user's headset or handheld device. See XR Always-in components and the properties for more information about how the XR Always-in is structured. XR devices provide tracking data in real-world units relative to your point chosen by the XR system at initialization. Unity aligns the XR Always-in game object and the scene with this initial point. The starting position of the XR Always-in and the scene is also the default starting position of the camera. Game objects representing tracked entities such as the user's headset or handheld device are children of the XR Always-in game object in their scene hierarchy. This means that changes in position and rotation based on tracking updates are relative to the XR Always-in. As the user moves in the real world, these child game objects move relative to the XR Always-in in the scene. The XR Always-in doesn't move on its own. However, you can move the XR Always-in with script to allow the user to teleport or move their control item. If the user or system resets their HMD view, Unity resets the tracking data so that the game object representing tracked objects move back to their initial positions. Tracking data so that the game object representing tracked objects move back to their initial positions and orientations relative to the XR origin object. The XR origin itself does not move when the HMD view is reset. The following topics discuss how to use the XR origin in different types of XR applications and describe the of the game objects and components of their XR origin and their properties. Understand the packages and the resources you can use to develop MetaQuest devices. Unity supports development for MetaQuest Series 3 and 3S and Quest Pro. Refer to following sections to access resources stages. API がバルカンで、アンニアレベルが10。レベルが10で、ターゲット API レベルが Android 12。クリプティングバックエンド IL2CPP。ターゲットアーキテクチャ ARM64。なってる。ステレオレンダリングパスインスタンシエイティング。Single pass instantiated. Access quality settings. Click the player settings button at the top of the MetaQuest build profile page and select quality from the return menu. The following table outlines the default overlay requirement. Quality アニソトロピックフィルタリングがホーストン。ホースト。それからクオリティレベル、ニューメタクエストビルドプロファイル。 いいレベル。とは。To configure the levels of graphics quality. レベルはレベル1000。Build platforms in this project. これがクオリティレベルか。On the MetaQuest platform settings, customizable build settings specific for the MetaQuest platform. Player settings, graphics settings, and quality settings shared with the Android build target by default. You can customize and override these settings for MetaQuest platform. To override these settings, select the relevant override option from the player setting override section. MetaQuest platform is derived from the Android build platform and shares most of its settings with the Android platform. To learn about settings available in the Android build platform, refer to Android build setting reference. The following table describes settings that are specific to the MetaQuest platform. The MetaQuest platform is shared from the Android platform and shared most of its settings with the Android platform. To learn about settings available in the Android build platform, refer to the Android settings. The following table describes settings that are specific to the MetaQuest platform. Here's the precompiled and link time optimized Unity engine code. Here's the precompiled and link time optimized Unity engine code. Read unity.so for non-development builds. Use this property for improved runtime performance and reduced memory usage. The options are none. The project build uses the default Unity engine code. Then, the project build uses precompiled and the link time optimized. The documentation. You can use link time optimized Unity engine code if your project uses idle CPU storage. Accelerometer enables MetaQuest device support for your AR Foundation projects and provides a C# interface for Meta's OpenXR runtime. This package depends on both AR Foundation and OpenXR plugin. Unity's OpenXR plugin integrates core OpenXR features for all XR platforms. Unity OpenXR plugin integrates core OpenXR features for all XR platforms. This package integrates Meta-specific vendor extensions to provide additional features for MetaQuest devices. Refer to architecture for our full list of OpenXR extensions that this package uses. Unity OpenXR Letter enables MetaQuest device support for your AR Foundation projects and provides our C# interface for Meta's OpenXR runtime. This package depends on both AR Foundations and Unity's OpenXR plugin integrates core OpenXR features for XR platforms. This package integrates Meta-specific vendor extensions to provide additional features for MetaQuest devices. Refer to architecture for a full list of OpenXR extensions that this package uses. Source an OpenXR feature group and an AR Foundation provider plugin. OpenXR is an open source standard that defines an interface between XR apps and platform runtimes. The OpenXR specification contains two categories of features: core features present on every platform, extensions optional and might not be implemented by some platforms. Unity's OpenXR plugin integrates core features, while this package integrates Meta-specific vendor extensions, OpenXR extensions. Meta's OpenXR extensions can be found in the Kronos Group OpenXR specifications. This package enables support for the following OpenXR extensions in your project: Display Refresh Rate, Pass-Through, Scene。Pass-Through が OpenXR エクステンションの中に入っていると。 We scene capture spatial entity, function discovery, spatial entity discovery, spatial entity group sharing, spatial entity mesh, spatial entity persistence, spatial entity sharing. Huh. Uh, I'll get started to understand how to install the OpenXR package default to install Unity OpenXR. Let's get started section to understand how to set up a project to use this package. Finds the following OpenXR features: display utilities. Get the support display refresh rates for the device and request a display flashlight. Boundary visibility. Suppress the visibility of the boundary. Request display utilities feature enable you to get the supported display refresh rate for the device. Request a selected display refresh rate to enable our MetaQuest display utility in your app. Go to Project Settings, XR Program Management OpenXR. Under OpenXR Feature Groups, select the MetaQuest feature group. Once enabled, MetaQuest display utilities adds additional capabilities to Unity's XR display subsystem using C# extension methods. For example, core below demonstrate how to use this extension method display subsystem. General Settings Instance Manage Active Loader の GetLoad サブシステムの XR サブシステム。The boundary visibility feature enables you to suppress the visibility of the boundaries so users can move freely without pass-through enabled. When boundary visibility isn't suppressed, the system may warn the user when they leave the boundary. Enable the boundary visibility feature to support boundary visibility in your art. Here, enable boundary visibility in your app. Go to Presetting XR Plugin Management and open XR. Select either the Windows Mac Linux settings style to configure Request link on Windows, or the Android settings tab to configure builds. Under the OpenXR feature groups heading, select the MetaQuest feature groups. If disabled, enable MetaQuest boundary visibility. Boundary visibility. 他にもいっぱいあるけどね。To use pass-through in your scene, you must have AR camera management component attached to your camera. Enable the AR camera manager component to enable pass-through and disable it to disable pass-through. Camera background color pass-through requires that your camera has a transparent background. to do this, set your background color or clear flag source to search color. Uh, the background alpha channel value set to 0. Refer to configure camera background for pass-through for step-by-step instruction.これ get started に書いてあるんだ。そうだよね。Responder visibility. If your app is free locomoting, free roaming. Experience, you might want to hide the boundary when your app starts. Enable the suppress visibility setting to automatically hide the boundary. Access the suppress visibility starting by selecting the gear icon next to the Meta Quest boundary visibility. The visibility can only be suppressed if pass-through is rendered to the scene. If your app enables pass-through sometimes after it starts, refer to the following sections to change boundary visible. Boundary visibility feature scripting API to control the exact timing of when your app requests to change boundary visibility and receive notifications. OK。あとは MR モードになった時にバウンダリをオフにする必要があるから、はい、ここ。うん。利用で、は、because OpenX runtime requires your app to obtain and analyze system permissions before you can use any space setup data.